Hello YouTube and fellow DC Comic fans, I'm Keith One Shot, and today is Thursday, October 4th, and you know what that means? It means that yesterday was New Comic Book Day, but I was busy at work. So, I'm going to do my new comic book haul today, and briefly talk about the comics that I picked up, and the ones I recommend you pick up as well. We're going to start this off with DC Nation number 5, which is a free book that DC Comics puts out that they do interviews and they discuss the books that are coming out within the next few months or so. These are the solicitations for the upcoming books. We're going to talk about Shazam number 1 with Geoff Johns, so that's pretty awesome. And as you can see, we have the Batman Who Laughs on the cover. As you know, Lex Luthor contacted him in Justice League because he needs his help, because I believe he was in the basement of the Legion of Doom's base that Vandal Savage built. Either way, the next book that I got, and this is a freaking brilliant move from DC Comics, absolutely brilliant, is Batman number 1 blank. They had Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman blank. 24 pages of nothing. But it's very high-grade paper, perfect for drawing on, the same thing that the comic book artists themselves draw on, so you can actually create and draw your own cover, you can create your own book, and I definitely recommend you doing that and picking it up. I think it's a really great idea, but honestly, this is a brilliant move for DC Comics because they literally got me to buy 2 blank books for $2.99. Granted, I get a sale at my comic book shop, but still, that's an awesome idea, but it's also really cool because you can get this for yourself. You can draw your own book. You can create your own book for aspiring artists and comic book creators. This is an amazing idea. Get this for your kids, get this for a niece or a nephew, or whoever. This is a great idea. I mean, who doesn't want it? It's already set up with Batman, so you already have the official feel to it. I mean, we all can draw and do our own books and print paper online and stuff like that, but this already has the template that DC Comics themselves put out, and I think it's a great idea, and they could honestly make a lot of money on this, but at the same time, I don't feel cheated at all as a fan, because this is a great idea, and I bought 2 because I do plan on creating my own Batman book and drawing, but I also am going to keep a blank copy as well, just in case down the road. Let's see what happens. Either way, the next book that I got is Justice League Dark with the Wonder Woman crossover. This is The Witching Hour, Part 1. Like I said, this is a crossover between Wonder Woman and Justice League Dark, who Wonder Woman is also the leader of that team, and it appears that Wonder Woman is the enemy in this book, or she's being possessed in this book. I haven't read the last issue, but I have read the 2 issues before that of Justice League Dark, and I have it right over there to read as I'm going to just destroy my comic book backlog. I have a thick stack, and I worked on most of it the other day, but I still have some reading to go and a little bit of catching up to do. Okay, the next book that I got is a crossover. It is Batman and the Max. This is the Max, and I didn't really know much about him, but I guess he's from the 90s, and he was one of the Image comic characters from back in the day, and so since, we do a lot of wacky crossovers these days, we are doing Batman and the Max, and I'm going to learn a lot more about the Max. I'm probably going to do some research and look him up and kind of learn more about him, because honestly, I'm going to be honest, I don't know anything about him, so, I mean, I might have seen him, I'm sure I've seen him here and there over the years, but let's see what happens in Batman and the Max number 1 from DC Comics as a little crossover, and I don't know how many books they're going to do in that series, as honestly, I didn't even know that it was coming out, but it was in my comic book, my poll at my weekly comic book shop, so I got it. Okay, the next book that I got, and if you notice this week, DC Comics has done this, like, I don't know if it's going to show up too well, but they have, like, these foil. You can see the shininess in it a little bit, and it's not all over the thing, but it's there enough, and it looks really great in person. I really love it. This is Green Arrow number 45, and I specifically got this issue because it has some consequences and some fallback from DC Comics Heroes in Crisis. Spoiler alert for Heroes in Crisis, so if you don't want to know what happens or who died, pause it or leave the video now, but either way, Roy Harper is one of the people who died in Sanctuary. It's not good to be a ginger in DC Comics. Let me just tell you that. It is not good. I'm not even going to talk about that right now because one of my favorite characters died, and Roy Harper is one of my favorite characters too. I love the 2 different versions of Roy Harper and the way that they did it in Young Justice, the TV show, and I kind of wish they did it that way in the comic books as well. I think it'd be really cool, but Either way, Roy Harper is dead, and Green Arrow is going to deal with it in this book, and I cannot wait to read it, and I've heard that it's really great, so I can't wait. It's one of the first books that I'm going to read from this week. I'll probably read it before I catch up on some of my backlog, to be honest with you, because I just cannot wait to read that. The next book that I got is Justice League number 9. As you can see, we have the Flash on the cover, and this is a continuation of, is this James Tynion? No, Scott Snyder is back to writing Justice League. I know they did a little James Tynion, and they're going back and forth and stuff like that, as they're both tremendous writers, and they're very respectable, and they care for each other, and they write these amazing collaborative stories. But this is Scott Snyder, and I can't wait to read Justice League number 9 and see what happens in that book, because it's honestly one of my favorite books, and Scott Snyder is one of the best writers in DC Comics. So yeah, you should definitely pick up Justice League, and you should definitely be following it, because DC did a very impressive job lately of making the Justice League seem more important than it did during the Christopher Priest run. Not that there was anything wrong with that run, I was still buying those books and enjoying it, but I really like the Scott Snyder Tynion run a lot more. It is my jam. Okay, the next book that I got this week is Batman number 56, and as you can see, he also has, like, it's only the gold on it is the foil, and I think it's, it's not on his belt, but it's only like the gold background here is the foil design, but it looks really great in person, like I said. It's a really tremendous cover, and I actually did read this book, and if you read Batman number 55, then you know at the very end of the book, Nightwing was shot in the frickin' head by a sniper who we know is the KG Beast, and in this issue, Batman is trying to track down and find the man who shot his son Dick Grayson, because he is out for blood and he is out for vengeance. And I know that the KG Beast doesn't have anybody in his life. He doesn't leave anyone alive, so it makes it very hard to find him. You know that he has contingency plans because he was shooting Dick Grayson / Nightwing. He knew that Batman was going to come after him, and you know what? Batman is coming after him, and I can't wait to see what Batman does to the KG Beast, because that was a bum move that you did to my man Nightwing. Ooh, DC is really, if you're a original Titan member right now, watch out for yourself, because Dick Grayson just got shot in the head. Like I said, Roy Harper is dead, and I hope that's not permanent. I really hope there's either time travel, or a simulation, or a dream. I don't care. I want Roy Harper back, and most of all, like I said, spoiler alert for Heroes in Crisis, I want Wally West back. What the hell? Bring him back. Stop hurting my Titans. Titans was one of my favorite books in DC Rebirth, and then they changed the team. They took Nightwing off they took Wally West off the team. They took Arsenal off the team, and now look what's happening. That book is downgraded in quality a little bit, and I haven't really fully caught up on it since they changed the team. And now 2 of the members are dead, and Nightwing shot in the head. I think that he survived because in the next issue that I got is Nightwing number 50. That can't be right, is it? It is Nightwing number 50. And as you see, he's got the scar right here, which is really cool, the way that the scar healed in the Nightwing symbol. I doubt that's how it actually is in the book, but for cover's sake, it looks really great. And I do have to read this book as well, because there's big things happening. Like I said, if you're a Titan member, if you're Nightwing, if you're Roy Harper, if you're Wally West, this is not looking too good for you right now, which is some of the negative things that DC Comics did during the New 52. They turned Nightwing into Grayson, and I didn't really like that, but then it ended up getting really good. But then ultimately they turned him back to Nightwing during Titans Hunt, and which led into the Titans run for DC Rebirth. And same thing, during the New 52, we didn't have the OG red-haired ginger Wally West. We had what they're calling Wallace West now, which is Wally West number 2, Kid Flash. And I really do enjoy that character, and it wasn't his fault at all, because he's a really great character, and what he did during the New 52 was a lot of fun, especially what he's doing now in Rebirth was a lot of fun as well, but we missed having OG Wally West during the New 52, and now it seems like we're making New 52 mistakes again. We're killing off Wally West, which is one of the things that started off DC Rebirth. He was literally the guy who started DC Rebirth. He brought this all into fruition, and he started it all. You know, he told everybody about the missing years. He was the catalyst. So I don't think that Wally West is dead, especially because Bart Allen just got out of the Speed Force since the force barriers are broken down, and the first thing he said is, hey, the force barriers are knocked down, I gotta go find Wally West. So how is Bart Allen going to react when he finds out that Wally's dead? Bring Wally West back. Hashtag bring Wally West back. Either way, this is, I almost said Grayson number 50. This is Nightwing number 50. It's the last book that I got this week. This is my weekly comic book haul. Like I said, I'm going to catch up reading on my backlog. I plan to do more videos on my channel. I really want to. I want to get more engaged in the community again and get back to basics a little bit. The newest thing that I did, or one of the newest things that I did, was my dramatic comic book reading of Batman Damned. Definitely check that out. I also did a written review of Deathstroke number 36, which is Deathstroke Arkham number 1, where Deathstroke goes to Arkham Asylum because he's been admitted as a new inmate there because they found that he's crazy. That's a really great book. I really enjoyed it. I did the written review for comicbookcorpse.com or comicbookcore.com, however you want to pronounce it, but it's got a PS at the end. So it's comicbookcorps.com. You can read my review, check out the other reviews from the other amazing writers there. I'm Keith One Shot. Take care, have a great day, and goodbye!